Hello guys, so let's continue teaching machine design course 1. Today actually I will continue teaching the gear train system, one of the easiest chapter. Just follow me and follow my procedure and the steps, and I hope everything to be very clear and understandable for you and observable. So just actually give me a time, and I will make up the first thing I will make up for you the base and building the base. After that we go deeply while we're dealing with the problems and the questions. So actually just focus and higher attention and follow me. Hello guys, so let's continue teaching the gear system. Okay, first of all I want to build out for you the base, as you know me. Okay, great. So the first thing, the type of the gears. I have two types of the, actually I have 4 types of the gear, but the most problem and the question actually based on these 2 types. I have simple gear, I have component gear. As it's shown here, the simple gear, just 2 simple gears mesh with each other, connect with each other. Okay, it's called the simple gear. The component gear actually that's how the figure is showing the component gear. I have 2 gears inside each other, but it does not mesh and connect each other. Great. So when we move part for the meshing, what does it mean for the meshing? So the meshing part means any gear mechanism actually have 2 gears, the driving and the driven gear. So the driver gear actually it rotates with the RPM, okay, and the driven gear it also rotates based on the first gear, the driver. So the connect point is called a mesh. Great, it's called the mesh. I have 2 mesh. I have external mesh, I have the internal mesh. The external mesh meshing from the outside, the external mesh, and the sign to be minus because it's opposite, okay, opposite direction. Okay, the internal mesh, it's me meshing from the inside, connects from the inside of the 2 gears, so to be the same direction and to be positive. Great. So when we move on to the input gear case, so guys, each gear system I supposed to have the input, the driver wants that help to work and work up the mechanism. Okay, great. The input gears case. So how I know actually if there is an input gear? How can I distinguish? How can I find out? How can I figure out where is the input gear? For example, I have 5 gears. There's A, B, and C. So where's the input gears? Where's the switching gear? So the first thing, if I want to find the input gear, if it's specifying the question, if it's specified. So the gear A is the input gear and it rotates counterclockwise. So that's when the input gear. Okay. The second case, if the arm rotates on the same gear, if I have the arm and the arm it rotates on the specific gear, so that specific gear would be the input gears. Okay, great. So the third case, if there was a component gear, if there is a component gear, actually it will be specified as the input gear. Great. That's the simple that the component gear. Great. How about the sign of the input gear? Okay, as I told you in the first case, if it's specified that if there was like the gear A is rotate counterclockwise 100 RPM. Okay, great. So to be positive. Okay. Then the first case. Okay. If the arm in the second case is related to the arm, if the arm rotates on the any specific gear, counterclockwise plus, clockwise minus. Okay, if not if there's not specified in the questions counterclockwise or clockwise, I supposed to assume it usually as counterclockwise positive. Great. So that's the first part. I'm building up for you the base. After that I will go for the first question. So let's go. Okay guys, when we move on, and if we if we face any problem regarding to the gear train system, so we're supposed to to actually pin out in our mind 6 or 7 steps we're supposed to follow it in any in any gear train system. So the first thing is to specify the arm. First thing I supposed to specify the arm. Second thing to find out what's the gear, simple or component. Third, input gear. I supposed to define the input gear. Fourth, the sign of the input gear. Fifth, the meshing part. Sixth, the internal, external, and the seventh part is the ratio part. So these steps I'm supposed to follow it when I face the gear train system. Yeah, great. Okay guys, so let's continue in the first question as it's shown in the first picture in the first second of the video. So I have 2 gear and the arm C. So the arm C is connected between the A and B gear, okay, and I specify that I have the TB, I have the TA, I have the arm C. So the first of all I'm supposed to build up the table, okay. The arm C and the NA and the NB. Okay, the arm C actually is rotate counterclockwise in the gear A. So the gear A directly I put +1. I put it as the input. Why? Because I explained in the previous video. I will not repeat. Okay, the +1 counterclockwise. The input. Why input? Because rotate on the gear B. Okay, great. So when we move on the NB, okay, when I supposed to find out this gear, this symbol gear, okay, great, symbol gear, it is external or internal? It is external because it's meshing from the outside, okay, meshing outside, symbol gear. Okay, let's do the ratio. The ratio, I have the NA is the input, okay, so it will be NB over NA equal the opposite TA over TB standard. هذا ثابتين شباب، هذا ثابتين NB over NA TA over TB. يعني ليش؟ لأن أنت عندي input دائما يكون تحت، مو شرط إن input يكون دائما تحت، هو عادي أساسا. ليش؟ لأن أنت ممكن إن تعكس بل مو تعكس هني. أنت تبي NB summarizing finally in the mathematics actually substitution you will have the same. If you put in A the upper of the NB and the denominator, you're supposed to swap here to be the same. Okay, I want to have the NB, okay, multiply here with NA, multiply here with NA. I will have TA over TB multiply with NA. Okay, great. So it's external or internal? As it's shown, it is what? It is external because the meshing outside. So to be opposite direction, so minus. Great. I have NA +1. Great. So I put here +1 multiplied with minus TA over TB. Great. So after that I add X. X, what's X? It's X, the revolution, the RPM. Adding X, multiplying X with all the gears. 0x plus and the X here multiplying. After that I add the Y. After that I add the number of the revolution, number of RPM. I add the number of RPM. I add the number of RPM here in RC, in the NA gear, and the NB gear. Okay. After that, I have the total motion, the NC. Okay. The RC equal Y, then and the NA equal X plus Y. The NA specifying the question. Find the gear B if the gear A is fixed, so to be 0. Okay, so 0 equal X plus Y. I have the NB minus X TA over the teeth of A of gear A and the teeth of gear B plus Y. Great. So since I have the arm C, okay, it rotates on the gear A 150 RPM, so the NC equal Y. Great. So I have the number of C 150, so the Y will equal 150. Great. So I have the Y equal 150. Y because the number of the arm, the rotation of the arm C on the gear A equal 150 RPM. That is given. Okay. I have the number. I have the the number of the rotation, 150. I go for the NA I have it fixed in the question, so 0 x plus 150. I will have the x equal minus 150, great. And I want to the NB, gear of the B, when minus 150, T 20 over 30 times 150, I will get the NP RPM, so that the shortcut, that the find the substitution